How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crypto Clout, the YouTube show where you subscribe for the latest and greatest updates in cryptocurrency news. And today, Electroneum will be the subject of discussion. This crypto has been getting some well-deserved attention lately. Electroneum price momentum hints at a potential uptrend. Electroneum price decline continues despite positive iOS app reviews, and there's sort of a mixed bag of headlines when it comes to Electroneum. But in this video, I think that we have a chance to highlight some of the real big things that a lot of people actually aren't really talking about when it comes to Electroneum. And when we want to talk about how Electroneum has really established itself thus far, it's interesting how Electroneum's sort of the only game in town when it comes to mobile mining, which I think is definitely going to be bringing a lot of attention Electroneum's way. As far as crypto adoption goes, it's sort of a slow crawl as far as getting over the hump that was created by the expectations of 2017, early 2018. But I think in this video we'll have a good chance to pretty much talk about the chance Electroneum has when it comes to basically the global community, and how Electroneum could really insert itself in front lines when it comes to mass adoption, especially when we're seeing first of all, we got to look at some of these different things right here. This Forbes list article, the Bitcoin price could get a massive boost from this app. So right here, yesterday, Abra officially announced that their users can now gain exposure to a variety of traditional stocks, commodities, ETFs through the company's mobile app. Previously, the company only allowed users to send, receive, and hold a variety of fiat cryptocurrencies through the app. While this may seem like another entry into the overcrowded mobile finance market on the surface, Abra has the potential to have a major impact on the global permissionless ability of traditional investment opportunities. I think that this Abra is sort of a big breakthrough, which could in fact be a pretty significant game changer as far as putting cryptocurrency into the hands of some normies who wouldn't otherwise already be interested in crypto. And I think that is sort of running parallel to what Electroneum represents as far as putting mobile mining in the hands of people. The cell phone and the smartphone era is definitely leading the charge when it comes to cryptocurrency. So this in and of itself could definitely be a real fundamental game changer when it comes to what we're seeing happening. And this is why I think Electroneum has received all this attention lately. We've got the value of Electroneum pretty much. I was looking at these different levels of when you read the chart and you look at in particular like the 7-day activity for Electroneum. We are still up from a week ago. Obviously there was a pump and then of course a subsequent correction, if you want to call it that. Pretty much business as usual. Certainly Electroneum is it doesn't get excluded from the overall activities of what we're going to be seeing happening on the market for the most part. Obviously we have market cap at 112, Bitcoin dominance of 53.4%, but of course I try not to get distracted by the day-to-day when it comes to these different circumstances, mainly because I'm looking at what Electroneum's doing in terms of how they've been aligning themselves with the mobile phone industry. So we're seeing these different phones now, smartphones being made with the capacity to hold cryptocurrencies, which is an interesting indication of what these different companies are actually aiming to do when it comes to the future of cryptocurrency. And I think that this month, first quarter of 2019 will be a pretty good time. For me personally, I'm filling my bags with as much Electroneum as I can get. I mean, relatively undervalued. I mean, all the cryptocurrencies right now are relatively undervalued. Of course, when you take into consideration, where they're going to be headed in just a little while, so it is interesting to see, in particular in this market, Electroneum price surges as iOS. I mean, that's sort of a 5-day-old article, a little irrelevant at the current time, but overall, I mean, how close are we to blockchain adoption? This is another interesting article featured on Crypto Daily, a team that gets thrown about a lot these days is blockchain adoption. Blockchain adoption. This is something that we need to talk about, because realistically, blockchain will be leading the charge in terms of getting the proportionate amount of society that's already not necessarily involved with cryptocurrency, basically getting the word out. And I think in a big way, it's going to be the younger generation that's going to be leading this sort of adoption. I think Electroneum really does represent a significant variable when it comes to this paradigm shift, as it's been exerting itself. Now, I mean, we've got this article as well. Google interested in Ethereum Classic. Scientists from Google big data analytics platform BigQuery have recently taken an interest in Ethereum Classic. They approached ETC Cooperative's director, who later spoke on media outlets in detail. So, I mean, you guys can go check out this article for yourself. It's definitely one worth checking out, but it is another simple but complex, in its subtlety. I mean, the fact that we've been seeing these big behemoths of companies, like Google and Amazon. The fact of the matter is this community, that we have right here, I mean, we are definitely talking about cryptocurrency every single day. And make no mistake, these big companies are also in the know when it comes to this sort of stuff. So, I mean, when we want to talk about Electroneum really bridging the gap between developing nations and the rest of the world, I think that Electroneum could do a lot in that interest with this cloud mining and all these different things. So it's definitely interesting. We also have this article right here, for today's Gazette, reasons to invest in Electroneum and so forth. Despite the fact that a lot of cryptocurrencies are still in the red, Redcoin, Electroneum, and Ravencoin are coins that have got intriguing and viable use cases, blockchain and beyond. Thus, you might want to consider checking them out. After a long time, it's interesting. Electroneum on the verge of a breakthrough, although it was remarked by market cap on the 60th largest crypto asset in the world. Electroneum is conspicuously becoming its green light. So Electroneum also recently kickstarted a steady drive on its upside trend. It previously formed a solid support. At the moment, Electroneum is still on the rise, is not showing any signs of relapse just yet. I mean, I think that it's interesting to see this sort of attention, the work that Electroneum has been doing, not going unnoticed. So, and of course, it's pretty juicy to see that Electroneum, has made this breakthrough, in terms of safety, in terms of working with regulations and essentially getting itself established as the only game in town, which is definitely going to be something that's going to pay off to Electroneum's benefit, I believe, in the long term. Of course, this Abra announcement could be an interesting development in terms of cryptocurrency, and how these different things are going to be sort of coming together. Of course, the future is ours, banking the unbanked. I think that that's sort of something that definitely needs to go, noticed. I'm happy to basically bring that attention. The millennials, or, even Gen Z, are definitely interested in basically working with something that gets them around the banking barrier, which I think is something that a lot of us, in this space can definitely attest to. So it's definitely interesting to see, how Electroneum is, making this possible. Basically moving forward in a direction that I think that, personally I can get behind. So I'm definitely excited to see what Electroneum is going to be bringing forward, in the future and currently, in the day-to-day. It's definitely one of those cryptocurrencies that has a lot of potential. Digital payments for everyone. The new era of digital payments is needing to unlock the global economy for more than 1.7 billion unbanked people worldwide. So, I mean, the market's definitely there. It's really only a question of when. Electroneum in part included cryptocurrency at large. This sort of exponential growth potential that is in the, it's waiting to be, Pandora's box is waiting to be open. So, I mean, in that same sense, it is an interesting crypto among others. So all that being said, obviously you guys remember this video is for entertainment, educational purposes only. Obviously this video is for not financial advice. It's obviously just me expressing my opinion. So don't take any, obviously do your own research. And, obviously at the end of the day, I'm not your dad, but, overall, I'm definitely excited to see what Electroneum is going to do, especially in Q2 of 2019. I think we could be expecting to see some pretty interesting things, especially, Electroneum currently ranking in the number 60 position. A lot of exciting things, for a multitude of reasons, but I think we've done a good job in this video, exploring a lot of the new updates and stuff that, a lot of this important conversation. I'm happy to put this video out there. So, all that being said, if you guys are not already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and, of course, follow us on Twitter. And, I will be seeing you guys in the next live stream, so make sure that you stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.